Speaking from the True Reds, joined by Varun. What's up, man?
What's up?
It feels like it's been a while. Obviously, we tried something new um, for the last two videos. Now we've come to the agreement that we're only going to be doing reviews. And to kick off the reviews, one of the biggest games of the season, Liverpool versus Manchester United, we won 2-1. Varun, quick thoughts post game. How do you think the game went yesterday? Oh, well,
Uh, are you gonna say? Okay. Personally, I thought it went very well. I really didn't feel like Liverpool really posed a big threat to us. I feel the entire game we were kind of in control. I think Mourinho masterclass again. I think Klopp's kind of like a one-trick pony. If his pressing style doesn't work, it just doesn't work. Full stop. And I think, yeah, I mean, scored all three. United scored all three goals yesterday. Liverpool still didn't score. I saw an interesting stat that only one, against City, Liverpool, and Spurs in all the games we played against them this season. Only like one player has scored against us, which just shows how good I feel our defense is. All the other goals have been own goals, and I just feel like this game, I felt we were in control, and I wasn't really scared until maybe a bit at the end. I think we played really well throughout the entire game.
yeah, I agree with you, and I want to just give props. I know I like to give props to this guy, Ashley Young. Um, he literally had Salah and what I believe is called in his back pocket. The way he neutralized Salah was crazy. It was amazing. Like I didn't think Ashley Young had it in him. When I saw him start, honestly, I was thinking the usual. Why isn't Luke Shaw starting? But Ashley Young did really well. Anyway, that kind of leads me on to the topic. One of the topics we're going to cover. Someone who isn't playing very well. And I don't know if we're being harsh or is this what to expect. Alexis Sanchez, of course, the big new signing from Arsenal. He hasn't lived up to expectations, at least my expectations and Varun's expectations. And Varun, talk me through why do you think this is happening? Do you think this is actually Alexis Sanchez, or do you think he's underachieving?
I think it's kind of a mix of the situation. Uh, from what I've seen, I've seen him. Uh, I just I don't feel like he's gelling well with Lukaku. I think that's a big thing. I think he needs to sort that out or fix that issue. And I feel that he's being played on the right, which isn't his best position. But then we have Martial and Rashford, whose best position is on the left as well. So I think we're in a really tough spot with those players, and I think that's also really important. I think Sanchez and Mourinho need to work out what his best position is, and or what the best position that he can play in for the team, and kind of sort that out first. I think that's the most important thing for us right now, because I just feel like he's. It's not that he's not contributing. I think he's good work rate. He's doing okay on defense when he comes back. I just feel like it's kind of a wasted attacker in some respects of the game. Obviously, yesterday's game, he had that one amazing cross he gave to Mata, which he missed the overhead kick, but that just shows it was a bit a bit too high for a special one. And I don't think he's been I don't. Yeah, I wouldn't say. I'd say he's been underwhelming. Not really disappointing. I'd say he's been underwhelming for what we thought we were getting, which was like a 30 goal a season player.
It's interesting you bring up the point about him playing on the left to right, because I remember when we did our preview, not our preview, sorry, our video on Alexis Sanchez moving. Can't remember if it was you or me that said at Barcelona he played on the right, so it's not like he's uncomfortable playing on the right. And with Chile, as I've seen some international games, he plays on the right there as well. Like he plays at 9 as well for them, and sometimes at 10, but he mainly plays on the right for Chile. So I don't know why it's not gelling, and I think it's maybe the point they brought up about Lukaku, but he played with Giroud at Arsenal, and they're similar style strikers. So I don't know. Let's just hope that he gets better. The next thing that we want to talk about, that I'm really curious to get your thoughts on as well. Marcus Rashford, he kind of started out of the blue yesterday. He hasn't started off the top of my head. I don't know the exact stat, but it seems like months now he hasn't started a game.
Yeah,
So
it was a stat. He hadn't started a game. He hadn't started. He had not. Yeah, he hadn't started a game in the calendar year of 2018 in the Premier League until yesterday.
right.
So that just shows he hasn't been. It's not that he hasn't. I think Martial's been better over this calendar year so far. I think that's why he's been playing. But obviously Martial was injured, and so he's the obvious replacement for him.
Would you say
But then I could have understood if Jose kind of went with Lingard on the left. I mean Lingard on the right, and then Sanchez on the left? Maybe that would have been gone the best out of Sanchez. But we won the game. Rashford scored 2 goals. I'm not going to complain. I think it's good that Rashford came in. It's great because he's a young guy. He needs the confidence. He hasn't scored a goal in a long time in the Premier League, so I think he really needed this. And I think for him, it's a really good thing to happen to him. I think he always does well near the end of the season. If I recall, I think the last few seasons he's gotten like a couple goals near the end.
Yeah.
Because normally it's because like we're running out, like we just like lose steam, or like Jose plays him more near the end. But I just think that he should really kick on from this and then play well, and then hopefully get to the World Cup, be well there, and then come back a even better player next year.
Yeah, I found that really interesting. I think maybe it's just because it was such a huge game in Liverpool. I like before the match started, I would have preferred seeing Lingard on the right and Sanchez on the left, but whatever. As you said, we got the 2 goals, so I think I think that was good. And I think we're also seeing a bit of a different Mourinho this season because McTominay's starting a lot as well, and I didn't expect to see that. So I guess
That was kind of out of necessity. Herrera's injured. Matic is the only other center midfielder. Kerr
no, but
is like a
Fellaini
big
came
question
back.
mark. Fellaini, I think Fellaini's he only returned this week. I think this like recently. So I think McTominay is the only player who's like match fit. I think Jose trusts him a lot. And with Pogba going out so late, I'm pretty sure McTominay would have trained because I'm pretty sure he played like last week. So I think it kind of makes sense to me, like him being the option now. I feel he's played enough games now. And I'm on the topic of McTominay. I think I'm quite impressed by him. He hasn't done anything amazing, but like he honestly hasn't really disappointed me personally, and I think that's a big credit to him because he's stepping the shoes of Pogba. And no matter what we think, we'll get onto that later. But no matter what we think about Pogba, those are big shoes to fill. And obviously, he's not as creative as Pogba is. But I think whenever I've seen him, he hasn't made like huge mistakes. And I think he's just getting better and better. And hopefully, he can be a nice squad rotational player for the next few years.
Yeah, sometimes it's good to keep it simple, and we'll move on to it now since you touched on it there. Pogba has missed a lot of games this season, actually. And just basing it off, I know this is just basing it mainly off of the Liverpool game, but how important do you think Pogba really is? Because if we can put in performances like we did yesterday, because we were in complete control, honestly, do you think Pogba is really that important?
I think if you look at games like the Arsenal game, I think you probably don't win a game like that as well as we did without Pogba. But then you look at these kind of games against Chelsea, he was okay. He didn't really do anything crazy. It was more of like I feel the goals were just like kind of like situational goals. I feel like it wasn't really like amazing play that led up to it. Mm-hmm. And then obviously the Lukaku goal, yeah. The interplay was amazing, but that like didn't involve Pogba at all. I'm pretty sure. And so I think from what I've seen in the big games, he's really not lived up. I think over the last 2 years now we've had the good like 10, 20 games now to look at him. I'm truthfully, other than like the cup final last year, where he scored the goal, which was a deflection, which basically isn't even his goal. I'm quite disappointed with him with his performances in the big matches. Other than that Arsenal game, I think that game you really saw a player like he really came out. He was playing very attacking. He created the last goal that really sealed it for us. And I think like he needs more of those performances. Otherwise, I'm just like I think. I mean, we can't really do anything. He's very expensive. He's a big player, but I think he really needs to step up his performances in not only the small games, not only the big games, but in every game. I think I've been really underwhelmed by him this season. I think he had such a good start, but ever since then, it's kind of been downhill.
Yeah, I was watching this interview. I think it was the Jamie Redknapp and like Rio Ferdinand, that stuff. No, sorry, Rio's BT. I think it was a Sky Sports thing. And one of the pundits said that it's almost like Pogba feels he's in a FIFA game. He tries to do so much. And I don't know if that's a problem because I like flashy players, but maybe they're right. Maybe he just tries to do too much sometimes and he overthinks plays when he should try and keep it simple. And maybe that's why, I don't know, I really want to see Pogba do better because I personally love Pogba. Even when he was playing at Juventus, I thought he was an amazing midfielder. But it could also be because Jose hasn't really played the 4-3-3 much this season, and that is Pogba's preferred formation. And it's only recently he's kind of switched back to it, but, we'll see. That is the end of this review of the Liverpool game. Bruno, anything else you want to add in particular?
No, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Yeah, Keegan, sign out, I guess.
Yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Hopefully we get a win against Sevilla midweek and we progress in the Champions League. And, as I said, we're only going to be doing reviews from now on because they seem to be getting more views. That's the only reason why. Anyway, take care. Hope you guys have a great day, and bye.